I have one audience member for my speech. These are the notes I took. So my main source of information is the Gun Violence Archive 2020. Anyone can go look that up online. You can see all this information if it's kind of hard to see right here. But the total number of deaths from guns in 2020 was 39,780. The total number of deaths from homicide, murder, unintentional murder, and defensive gun use were 17,538. The total amount from suicide were 22,242. Now that's kind of concerning, seeing that suicide is more than half of the deaths each year from gun violence. As you can see, the mass shootings this year were 587. In 2014, the mass shootings were 269. 2019, 417. As I said, 2020, 587. That's really something to be concerned about, and that's what I'm talking about today is the Second Amendment. Should the Second Amendment stay? Should it change? Should it entirely go away? I don't think getting rid of the Second Amendment is going to fix this problem. I think the Second Amendment should stay, although it should be changed a little bit. And what I mean by that is anyone can go in the store, buy a gun, never touched a gun, never shot a gun, and own a gun now. Really doesn't make sense. It's like giving someone a car who's never drove a car, doesn't have a license, and now they own a car. There's no training behind it. It just really doesn't make sense at all. So the main problem we're facing here with gun violence is mental health. People that are willing to go do these mass shootings obviously have mental health issues. People that are willing to commit suicide obviously have mental health issues like depression, anxiety. These things undiagnosed can be dangerous. These people are liabilities to society and no one's doing anything about it. I think it's because a lot of people don't fully understand mental health. They don't recognize depression. Someone can say they're fine, but deep down inside they're not. And this information just goes to show that. So from other research I did, most of the gun owning states were no surprise. It was southern states, but a lot of them were in the southeast, and that's almost where all the gun violence occurs. I'll show you. You can see it right there. This whole area. What was actually kind of odd was a lot of big cities, New York being one of them, was third in the country for having the least amount of guns. And these states right here obviously own a lot of guns, and there's just a lot of gun violence all around. But a lot of that is from suicide and among other things. And out of that big number, about 40,000, only 1,200 were for defensive use. Now that's not a lot, but still, that saved 1,200 people's lives that were in danger. And that is a big difference. If you were to get rid of the Second Amendment, those 1,200 innocent people could just be dead. And that's not fair. Everyone deserves a right to defend themselves from whatever. So like I said, the main problem here is mental health. If we want to fix this problem, we need to learn how to spot mental health before it gets to that point. So spread mental health awareness, suicide awareness, even teach firearm safety, and even, teach the dangers of firearms and what they can do. For something as dangerous as a firearm, people need to know what they're doing if they're going to own one. Not anyone should just be able to go buy one. You should really have to have some sort of training. So really, in conclusion, I think if we address mental health in its face and we learn how to spot this, we really crack down on our communities and just help people out more, come together more, and become one with each other, this wouldn't be as big of a problem. It's really sad to see, because I didn't have any idea that over half of the gun-related deaths a year were from suicide. It really says a lot about our country. It obviously says something's wrong if that many people are really just not happy. It means a lot of people are going through stuff and they're just not saying it. So obviously, if we keep doing what we're doing, it's going to stay the same or get worse. According to the mass shootings, it's getting worse, and even the suicides has gone up by a couple thousand each year. It's not anything drastic, the population goes up and whatever, but still it's going up. I think if everyone just comes together, stops being so bull-headed, and helps one another out, is able to spot these things, we'll be in a way better place. So that's pretty much where I stand on the Second Amendment. I would hope everyone would kind of stand with me on that. But that's my speech.